Okay, welcome back. My name is Cerney, and we're working on a coil pot. In the previous videos, we built up layers of coils, and now we're working on the theme here is Japanese traditional pottery and some of the ancient pottery in the Jomon style. So I'm going to show you how to add some decorations to our pieces to kind of finish them off, and this is one that I did last semester. I'm going to show you how to add some of these elements, and this is another one that I did, and I'll show you how to, just some different techniques to add design elements in the kind of a rope pattern, which is traditional with the Jomon pottery. So let me turn the camera down, get started here. Oh, and looks like it is time to get started. Let me move this sign out of the way here. Okay, and let me just move this down so you can see what we're doing. All right, so I want to get a little bit more height with this piece, and I'm going to work on adding some of these loops, some of these forms, and have some fun with this, you know, make little sculptural ideas. So we start with, let's get some more clay out, and let's just make a couple of coils. If you can see that. Okay. So, working on this, adding a couple of these loops here. So we'll roll out a coil, and we're pushing out. We want to keep this pretty smooth, round. Okay, now if your clay has gotten a little dry here, you might want to add some of the slip to this area. See if you can see that. Brush a little slip on where we're going to attach some of this clay in case your edge is a little dried out. And so we can score a little bit with our pin tool. You can also use a little water if you need to moisten it. Okay, so taking a coil, you just add a kind of a sculptural shape there to the top of our piece. Okay, see if you can see that. All right, and so this is going to stick, and we can work that in. Okay, so you leave the basic form of the coil. You can add another little smaller coil to this as well. Again, just have some fun with it. I'm just repeating that shape. Push this in. Okay, so you have kind of an interesting, starting to get an interesting lip on there. Okay, so that's one technique. And I would continue that around, all the way around the piece. Now let's say one thing that I did on this piece is see these score marks. It's actually done with something like a fork. So I have a little fork here. Don't use one of your good forks from the kitchen, but you can come along here and just kind of add, see if you can see the kind of a wave pattern. And that's something interesting that a fork will do. Okay, and another idea is make little spirals. See if this is in the shot here. Okay, so you can roll out some smaller pieces. There went my water. Okay, roll this out in a smooth, fairly small coil. And now just take your coil and let's put it into a little spiral form. So you see I'm just rolling it up so you can see here. Just rolling it into a little spiral. And maybe I'm going to reverse that a little bit too. Okay, so I have a little spiral form. You can take that then and along here add a little slip, maybe score a little bit. See that? And then we'll go ahead and add that coil form. Just kind of push that in. Okay, and you can go all the way around the pot with that spiral idea. Another thing in these areas that are open right there, you just take your little fettling knife or your carving tool and just add some lines. Just to give it a little more dimension there, okay? Add some more lines going the other direction down here. All right, and you would continue around. And one last thing I'll show you. See if you can see. Little technique. On this piece, you can see there's kind of a rope form along the top here. So let's say you want to finish off, maybe not so much this, but so take a coil, roll it out fairly thin, smaller dimension. Try to keep it fairly even, round. Okay, then the technique here is to just take a stick, see if you can see that, and just take this stick, and we're just gonna start over here, and we're just gonna roll the coil, put a little indent in it. So you're coming in at a diagonal. Okay, and then you take a little slip here and add it along the top. Score your lip there. And we'll go ahead and add this, don't push too hard because you don't want to alter your rope pattern. And you see you end up with kind of a nice rim. Gives a pretty good finish. Just make sure that's stuck down good. Lily, stop. That's Lily. Hey. Love that dog. Okay, so those are just some ideas. You could do a really small coil and just add some lines along there. Small coil. So you have medium size, small, larger, and you can do all sorts of interesting designs along the piece. That's Lily. Okay, so keep going, take your time, make it beauteous, sculpt away lots of patterns, and then once you're finished, let it slow dry and get down here. Let it dry slowly, and then once you're completely done with the design, and then once it's completely dried out, then we'll go ahead and spray it clear. We won't put any paint or colors on this because the traditional pots were not painted, or glazed. So okay, so just take your time, work on that, and do all sorts of sculpting there with this tool. Okay, and just, like I said, have some fun. Okay, look forward to seeing your projects once you get them further along. We're probably going to get up to about 8-9 inches there. That this is okay. That's plenty high, good size. This is probably about 5 pounds of clay, 5 to 6 pounds. All right, hey, we'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, thumbs up. Okay, bye-bye.